Okay. Halo 3 Combat Evolved keys. There's literally just two missions. Going from rescuing keys to finding him as a flood thing is going to be
From what
ridiculous
I've been able
looking.
to piece together, their leadership ordered all ships to abandon Halo when they found the flood, but they were too late. The flood overwhelmed this cruiser and disabled it. The Covenant are terrified the flood will repair the ship and use it to escape from Halo. They've sent in a strike team to neutralize the flood and repair the ship for immediate departure. I've got a
That's
feedlock on Captain Key's CNI
a little
transponder
messed
system.
up.
He's alive, and the implants are intact.
And I really
The
hope we
sun's
just
energy
have,
from the
like,
cruiser's
normal
damaged reactor
flood and
will
not,
bring
like,
us
the
as close as I
specialty
can.
Halo 3 flood. Because we might have specialty flood and I'd be really sad. We'll find out.
Oh, I see. The coordinate data needs to be... Right. Sorry.
So, okay. Oh, God, there. Okay, so forever ago, like literally million years ago in this universe, there was a race of creatures known as the precursors. The precursors were like technologically the best. They just were like the peak. They were the pinnacle. They had like they had brain powers that were just insane. Literally, like they could just effectively will most things into existence or just like manipulate things with their minds and communicate with minds and stuff. Uh, they got bored of existing in the universe by themselves, so they made everything else. They made humans, they made forerunners, they made all of the species in the covenant, they made everybody. Um, and then they let them all develop and they helped them out a little bit and stuff. And they were like, oh, this is great. There's other people here now. And then the precursors got bored. And then they were like, okay, we don't want to be the head honcho of the universe anymore. We're going to give the humans the responsibility, the mantle of responsibility, which they talk about the mantle every once in a while. That's what they mean when they say the mantle. Um, the Forerunners didn't like that, so they got mad and fought the precursors and managed to win. And then the precursors that were trying to escape this absolute genocide they were going through because the Forerunners were just wiping out the precursors at this point, basically just turned themselves into dust. They just became dust. And after a long time of floating in space as dust, the dust corrupted and became like twisted and evil. Think like the stupid twisted tea is just normal tea to a freak like me type of shit. Like that's stupid. It's that. Um and then a couple generations pass, people like are like, okay, the precursors are gone, it's humans and forerunners and we don't like each other and stuff, whatever. We'll deal with it. Um and then humanity finds this dust and they're like, what is this? So they take it and they decide to just test it on their pets for some reason. So they test it on their pets, and then basically they become flood. And then humanity goes like, "Oh shit!" And then they start running away from the flood after that point. And then they run out of space to run away from the flood, so they end up having to fight the forerunners in the process to get away from the flood because they're just like running away from it and pushing into forerunner territory at the same time. And then the forerunners are like, bro, what the fuck? So they just start killing all the humans. And then after they kill all the humans, the flood catches up and they're like, oh shit, this is what they were running from. And so the forerunners have to try to fight back the flood. They kind of win for a little bit, they end up losing for a little bit, and then they go like, all right, fuck it. These things cannot be stopped. The only solution is to just starve them. So we're just gonna make super weapons that just blow up fucking everything, and then we'll just let the universe basically restart. We will have these little like seeding machines that are set up, and we will just let these repopulate the galaxy after like a couple thousands or millions of years or whatever, after all the flood has hopefully starved. And then humanity as we know it today starts up, they get going, they get the thing going on, they start the Spartan program, they find the Covenant don't like them, And then we run away from the Covenant. We find Forerunner technology, which is the first Halo ring. But for some reason, the Forerunners kept some flood species alive for testing or something. So we immediately started another outbreak because we're stupid and we didn't know. So we find their funny little ring, we tinker with it, flood again, back in the universe. Except for some reason we managed to actually like beat it this time because it was just a small contamination and like we tricked them somehow, even though the grave mind is supposed to have the some knowledge of every creature that it's ever eaten. So like you'd think it would be smart enough to not just get rolled that hard, but it got rolled that hard to where it basically just went back to being like a minor issue at most. And yeah, that's Halo. Effectively, that's a decent amount of Halo. We have a map. We have John Halo on the screen. Hold on. Look at this man. They put John Halo on it. All right, let me put myself back over here. It keeps closing itself if you go to the comm section. So just don't go there. And like I can set waypoints, but it doesn't waypoint. So this is something. Okay. I am temporarily going to assume I don't need night vision for now, so that I can just like look.
Captain? Captain? I've lost him.
Oh no, keys. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we're going crazy, and that was really high pitch and kind of hurt. We have Halo 1 shotgun. Life is good. Okay. Forget everything else.
Analyzing damage. This hole was caused by some kind of explosive. Very powerful if it tore from the
Ow,
ship's core.
stop. That's so high
All I can
pitch.
detect down there are pools of coolant. We should continue our search somewhere else.
Okay. Let's just be nice and sneaky. They don't know.
Let's get out of here and find another way back aboard the ship.
Good. They're distracted. They don't know.
We should head this way, towards
Okay.
the ship's gravity limit.
You got it, boss. We're fine. Everything is good. There are hunters out here. Okay, we're gonna turn visible real soon. Let me just make sure we get past the shade turret. Wow. We triggered a despawn. Let's go. Oh, there's that annoying high-pitched noise again. Ow. Thanks for that. Cool, we have a checkpoint. We can go. Oh, it's like Halo 1 shotgun level strength. It's not like Halo 3 shotgun. This thing
Crash did
wrecks.
more damage than I suspected.
Okay,
Analyzing.
I am
Power
happy.
source detected. There's the leakage rate is significant. The ship's reactor should already have gone critical. That's our way back in.
It's so bright. Oh, my eyes. Get me out of that, please. They use Halo 3 dialogue for the flood. I do always find it a little funny whenever he calls you an angry little coffin in this game.
We should be able to get into the ship's control room from here.
Alright, deja vu, let's go. Oh yeah, and it's theorized that if enough flood exists in one area, they might reacquire their precursor powers of basically just mind control over, like, technology and pretty much everything as we know it. And so if enough of them amass together, they would theoretically be able to just, like, dominate everything.
My records indicate that a shuttle bay should be here.
Alright, mob spawn from those holes in the ceiling. So we're just gonna respectfully try not to stop. There's that ringing again. Love that noise.
Look in the corners.
Feel it in your
The
teeth.
flood are gathering bodies here.
We're good. I went the wrong way, but this is fine. At least I'm out of the spawns. Wait, was that a pistol? Stop. Ow. I'm gonna have to just, like, cut out multiple segments of this because of the very shrill noise. That hurts. That hurts a lot. But also Halo 1 pistol. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. It's a bear. I don't know why I thought this would be a two-hander. He's still alive. Okay, maybe just shotgun it is. Please tell me if you're making this a video, you keep the quick flood lore recap. Yes, except for I was a little off on a part of it because I didn't mention the fact that whenever the humans tried to rush the Forerunners to try to, you know, get breathing space away from the flood, they basically just stomped out humanity and sent humanity back to, like, prehistoric qualities. Basically just put them back on Earth with, like, you know, caveman tech. And then the flood thing happened. And then the whole restarting thing happened. This high-pitched ringing sucks so much. Stop. Also, shout out to them keeping Halo 1 damage grenades in the mod. It really helps out a lot. The ringing does not. I don't think I can recommend this mod solely because of the health problems and the ringing. Truly. Get rid of those, easy. Easy recommend. We haven't had to deal with Rocket Flood. And it's 2 maps that don't include them, so today is a good day. Okay, is there a health pack hiding back here anywhere? We're about through with the mission, but it'd be nice to get topped off. This room looks nice, though, I gotta say. I know I'm kind of just glossing over it by, like, just looking around for ammo and nades and stuff. But, like, I can appreciate this. This looks real nice.
No human life signs detected. The captain, he's one of them.
Oh no. Oh. Oh.
We can't let the flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect.
That's something.
What he'd want us to do.
Oh yeah, fun fact, the Flood doesn't always kill their host. Sometimes they just take over their nervous system,
We should
and the
go.
brain's still totally intact, is still thinking like a normal brain would. So there's a
We
good
need to get
chance
back to
that
the
Keys
Pillar of
was still
Autumn.
alive
Let's
and we
go
just
back
put
to
him
the
out of
ship
his
bay and
misery.
find a ride.
The Flood are real neat, but also horrifying as a concept. The fact that they didn't make a horror game with the Flood disappoints me more every day. Which is also why I'm glad there's a community project that's going to be addressing exactly that.
Perfect. Grab one of the escort banshees and we'll use it to return to the Pillar of Autumn.
Good. And we're out. Alright, cool. My ears hurt now. Not a big fan of the ringing, but we're free. So cool. And also, that was the last map, as there are only 2 maps in this mod. So let's just walk around the custom games places for a second, and then that's probably it for the mod. Mm. This is pretty darn big. Gotta be honest, I didn't play a lot of Halo 1 multiplayer, so I don't actually know how much of this is like normal, I guess. Like, I don't know if this is a normal map or if this is like a custom map that someone made back in the day and then they just put it into this mod because it was cool, you know? Also, it looks like the game doesn't want me to do funny stuff. Those grenades are so delayed. That messes me up so bad. Tell you what, we'll walk around outside for a second and see what else we can spot. Okay, so yeah, you spawn up here. You can TP down. It's a one-way. Okay. I feel like you can get in that. Are there vehicles? Anything at all that's not just me on my bare feet out here? This map just looks like it would be a pistol hell. Which is to say you just use a crap ton of pistols all the time. Huh? Wait. Oh, is this a 2 base that just goes around? Hold on. That is exactly what this is, huh? Hmm. I see. That's a pretty straight line. Well, actually, hold on. No, it's not that straight of a line. So, like, you get to kind of duke it out in the middles if you want to. Not really a lot of connection. I don't think. Hold on. Where does this go out? Oh, okay. So if you wanted to do ground fighting and you wanted to, like, run over to their base on foot, you could just cut up through here over to there. Got it. I like that. It's like indirect enough that you can't just like dominate the entire floor. And then this is just further out. Oh, it's rocket launcher. Okay. And then this path goes all the way down to the floor. Huh. Okay. Yeah, this is a good mix. You could totally do a bunch of vehicle and like ground-based gameplay here. And it would just feel good. I'm gonna pick up the flamethrower because it's still cursed. Alright, how's the actual base? Or is there an actual base? It's just this. Okay. I wonder if this is CTF or like King of the Hill compatible. I would imagine this would be CTF. This feels like a capture the flag type of thing. Let's ride on over real quick. Look at the other side, see if it is exactly the same. I gotta say, the floor does look pretty nice while you're in a warthog. I imagine getting bodied by a tank would feel pretty bad around here, though, as it's just kind of a straight shot with a couple of rocks and trees in the way every once in a while. But like, yeah, that's pretty direct. Not a whole lot of variation outside here. Fair enough. Okay, yeah. And then this is just going to be a mirror of the other side, so don't really need to look around in here too much. I like it. I think it could be neat for gameplay. I feel like the vehicle combat would be very choky, very like one-sided, depending on who keeps their tank alive and whatever else. But alright, let's check out the other multiplayer map real quick.
Game over.
Alright, Chasm 34. Oh, this is a multi-floor map. Got it. Or it's a fling around teleport map. This is your spawn point? Is your spawn point just pick a teleporter? Oh, oh, okay. This feels like it would kind of be rough. This is just teleporter hell. This would be so awful. Imagine just getting a full big stacked lobby, just full of as many people as you can cram in, as many friends as you might have. And this is what map you put them all in. It's just blind peeking corners with just the shotgun or just whatever. My goodness, this seems like something, I guess, is the best way I can phrase this. What is this? Just flamethrower access? And then just out? What? Where am I? Is that a floor you can get up to? Hold on. Alright, oh, that's a barrier. There must be a teleporter to get up there somehow. This is cursed. Okay. How would one get up here? Is it this? Nope. Where am I? What is this? Oh. This is, okay, well, I guess I found the rocket launcher portal. That's good. Definitely the one I thought it would be. This is an awful lot like, there's a mod from Minecraft that's just, you go through a bunch of doors. Just portals to different rooms that are just nonsensical and don't feel like they should connect. Like, even if I played this map for a couple rounds, I don't know if my brain would just piece together what and why and where I am and where everything else is, and I just feel like I would be lost. Because, like, man, this is just a nest of just stuff. Just lots of stuff and more stuff. Okay, well, there we go. We have one decent looking map and then one confusing, very close quarters get lost map. And then also the campaign was pretty decent. I feel like the health maintenance is a little bit worse than Halo 1, and that's because it is on Halo 3 ODST's engine, so you are supposed to be a little more vulnerable. But I feel like in Halo 1, you can totally just tank a bit more damage at the very least. Some of the areas were too dark. Some of the areas were either too dark or too bright, depending on if you had night vision on or not, which you always wanted to have on because invis mobs are really hard to see. And then that high-pitched ringing noise really, really hurt. So maybe try this mod out, maybe don't. Honestly, it's up to you. I don't feel like you're gonna miss out on too much if you don't play this. That's really all there is to it.